Hey everybody, what is up? Eddie here, and welcome to what I'm gonna call now King's Court. I hope it works. I hope it sticks, because this is what I'm going with now. I'm rebranding this whole thing. But let's get right down to it. I want to say, before I get started, yesterday I made my picks on the Clippers Jazz series. I have the Clippers in five. I'm sticking to it, even with the updated news of Mike Conley not playing in game one with his hamstring injury, was it? Uh, I don't think he's gonna be too big of a loss for the Jazz, at least not right now. Uh, I certainly think he should be part of the success for the Utah Jazz, but I don't think he's crucial in by any means. Mike Conley, I don't think he's too much of a factor in the defense nor the 3-point shooting of the Jazz. Of course, he brings his veteran presence, his IQ, but I think that's as far as it goes. I don't think he's too crucial to the Jazz, especially since defense and 3-point shooting are the main reasons why they are the number one seed in the West this year. They've been impressive with having the most 3-point makes through the regular season, but to counter that, the Clippers have the best 3-point percentage. It's it's a good number for each team, and I think what each team is going to shoot from the three is going to determine who wins the series. Uh, I would say the Jazz chucks up so many shots, um, so many more shots than the Clippers, but is it really chucking a shot if you're making the most of them? Um, I think the stat is they have about 16 makes per game, whereas the Clippers have about 14 makes per game, and it's not a huge difference, but the playoffs, it's always a different story. Hopefully the Clippers can guard the position. They do have some of the best perimeter defenders, as proven in the last series. Finally, the Mavs went cold, and they weren't making any more shots. And I think the Clippers definitely have the ability to slow down the Jazz's exterior scoring. Now, the inside, Rudy Gobert is definitely going to be a problem for the Clippers. A lot of these guys love the mid range. Paul George, of course, and Kawhi, he's proven to be the maybe the first or second best in shooting in the mid range. Uh, but Rudy Gobert is certainly going to have those numbers dropped. The driving isn't going to be as common anymore, unless the Clippers manage to expose Rudy Gobert for not being able to guard the perimeter. But the man is huge. Defensive Player of the Year, what, 2-3 years in the past five? That speaks volumes, and I think that's definitely something the Clippers are going to struggle against. Of course, if Nick Batum could somehow guard his feeds on a lob, or his little Rudy Gobert's little hook shots, I think the Clippers will be fine uh, going against him. Now, here's what I think the Clippers should do. Just throw away the first game. Just throw it away. I think you should just let your starters or your main core rest as much as possible. Don't play them too much in game one. Just have them ready for game two. Use this time to play your reserves, see what they could do for the team, and maybe see how they're going to perform against this Utah Jazz team. By no means do I think they should completely just blow it up, because you still want to win some games. It's a best of seven, first to four wins, and you never want to give a good team too much space, because then they'll just take advantage. Uh, I think they should just rest their starters. Just rest their starters. Keep them in a minimum of 35 minutes per game. No, no, per game for the first game. Don't let them go above that. If the game gets close towards the end, just keep the bench, keep the reserves in, see what they can do. Because I've always thought the first game was always just a feel out game. Uh, I don't think too many people should be overreacting if the Clippers lose game one. But that's just what I think Tyronn Lue should do. Just throw the game, let your starters rest. They only had 1 day of rest. They had to travel all the way to Utah. I don't think they should strain their bodies in the first game. Of course, you always want the Clippers to win if you're a Clipper fan, but those are just my thoughts. Uh, how about we move on to the next game? The well, yesterday's game. The Bucks were not prepared to beat or to even play. It looks like the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets had a field day, had a lot of fun just moving the ball around. Your turn to score. Your turn to score. Your turn to score. Everyone was having a good time on that team. Even Blake Griffin was looking like the Clipper of old, back in his Lob City days. You know, getting those putbacks and then dunking on Giannis, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. So many people are saying that Detroit needs is owed money from Blake Griffin for acting like he couldn't do that anymore. Certainly he can. He's still a high flyer. He could still get some highlights in, and I would be mad if I was a Pistons fan because you would have hoped that Blake Griffin was gonna give a lot more. I'm not gonna say a little bit, a lot more because he looks really good. I certainly miss him on the Clippers, and you know the the Clipper and Brooklyn Blake Griffin looks nothing like the Detroit Griffin. So of course I would be upset. Anyway, Budenholzer, often criticized for never adjusting to a playoff series, criticized um, this year, last year, uh, and it makes sense. This is kind of what us Clipper fans thought of Doc Rivers before. He just refused to make adjustments. He refused to play different players, uh, and that's where I am with it. Uh, I don't think Budenholzer's trying hard enough to. Because granted, he has some injured players, but I don't think he's trying hard enough to win the series in regards to okay, like how are we gonna score? Why doesn't Giannis stay on Durant the whole game? You know, these little things. Why why would you put Drew Holiday to guard Kevin Durant? What is that? Oh, that's a huge difference. Drew Holiday is a great defender, but in no way, shape, or form can he contest a jump shot coming from Kevin Durant. You're asking too much of this guy. He would be able to do it against another guard roughly his size, but against a 7 foot small forward, you're asking too much of Drew Holiday. Um, I certainly think Chris Middleton, he should get more criticism than Giannis. Giannis is doing the best he can. He tried to contest so many off the dribble shots. He's trying to contest everybody. He's trying to his best to block whatever he can. He just can't do it alone. So to ask him to do all the offense and all the defense, it's not a good look for Milwaukee if they want to win the series or even come back from the series. I still have them winning 2 games, but hopefully it's a different story when they get to Milwaukee. It's gonna be a battle, but that's all you could ask for Milwaukee to do at this point. And hopefully Budenholzer has a little something up his sleeve. I wouldn't count on it. I think you're just better off thinking that Middleton and Holiday will have better shooting nights. Middleton definitely hasn't been the smartest of the bunch in regards to shot selection. Of course, he's still a good player, but Milwaukee should start criticizing him a little more. Giannis is holding up his end of the bargain. I don't think Middleton is. That's all I got for now. Tonight we have the Knicks. I'm sorry, the Knicks. We have the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Sixers again. I think this one's going to be easy for the Sixers. Game 1 was just, I'm going to say, I'm not going to say lucky. I guess the Sixers just let it slip away. The Hawks will come back to earth. I don't think they're going to have a great shooting night again. I have the Sixers winning by roughly 11 or 12 points. That's my prediction. Trae Young, I don't think he's going to score 30 points. It's going to get lower than that. And the Clippers tonight, of course, you already know my predictions for that. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Of course, it's still very small, but let's have this grow. Tell your friends, and I'll see you on the next one. King has spoken. I don't know how to do an outro yet. Bear with me. Thank you for listening. I'll see you on the next one.